In the module 3, we are on the DevOps versus security teams. Here, we will be talking about what is the difference between the traditional ways of looking at the information security aspects and how we look at in the DevOps environment, how the security is integrated, and that's become a DevSecOps. So let's move forward and understand it. So the traditional security environment is kind of contrasting how with DevSecOps. So there are some contrasting point. Let's understand that. So most traditional organizations have a dedicated information security team, which carries out the risk assessment, policy definition, even procedures and controls. Here, it is being told that in traditional organization, there is a specific dedicated team who is defining the policy, ensuring there is a top level of commitment is also available, and they also try to do mechanisms of assessments, audit, compliance aspect. However, in the traditional organization, it feels to be like a responsibility and ownership lies with this team. However, that is not true. In the traditional organization also, or in generally, in IT industry, it is being told that security is everybody's ownership, everybody's responsibility. I mean, ownership lies with the specific person. However, responsibility of everyone. But when we talk about the DevSecOps environment, information security is kind of integrated. As we know very well that in the development team, in the operation team, the security itself is integrated, is amalgamated, what we call it. Means in the daily work of the development and operation team, security is supposed to be considered as one of the factor. It is not like you do it certain activity and someday you try doing security activity. It is already part of the overall mechanism, overall composition, overall execution, overall implementation. So primarily, we are talking about DevSecOps means there is a wrapper or a layer of that CAMS model. CAMS is nothing but a cultural automation, metrics, and the sharing aspect of the model. Those pillars, which actually helps that information security is critically dependent on this behavioral aspect, because we are talking about the cultural aspect of any organization, and cultures can be measured via behavior. And this behavior means the people who are working in this type of organizations, they are culturally well connected. Their behavior is actually, shown or demonstrated that they understand the security well. They understand that ownership, that they understand security is not only critical, but they have to take care of it. They are trained on information security aspect. They understand how decisions to be taken, what are the security controls to be measured, and on top of it, they understand the policy. They don't have to go to policy and check with the information security team. They understand that. And one more important aspect is they are motivated in terms of looking at detection part, the prevention part, the correcting part of any security incidents or any anomaly happens. And on top of it, they also frequently take care of vulnerability aspect, because any software will be vulnerable or not, we need to check it out. So vulnerable aspect, that also to be taken care by this team. So think about this, both the subtle difference. With that, let's understand what we are talking about as traditional versus adaptive approach to information security. Now, the moment we talk about adaptive means there is something which is available and I'm trying to, as it is, taking it. So traditional waterfall approach was supposed to be considered, or rather everybody would have experienced when they worked in waterfall modified or waterfall approach. There is some sequence. Once the requirement is considered from the customer, collected from the customer, understand from the customer, and once the requirement is finalized, you can actually move forward. So, and design will be started. When design is sign off or confirmed, then only the development will start. Means all the activities will be focused on the sequential and point in time of security. Products focusing on, like security development, testing, release, and obviously focusing on the operational aspect with the underlying reviews. However, in the adaptive approach, the security is much focused and has a holistic approach. Now, when we talk about the holistic approach, means it has a understanding, as I talked about from the previous slide, and it is kind of a follow-up slide, that people understand the behavior of each other. They have that growing mindset. They have that cultural aspect that, yeah, I am being trained, this is my ownership, I have to do it. So they take care of those things. They don't have to be have a reminder, or nobody should tell, or rather even people tell them or not, they will be kind of self-motivated to those activities.